all talking cause they've nothing better to do. Bending words and spitting.
Where are the stars in this piece of shit?
All right, everybody.
What's up?
Production value and go.
Yeah. We're professional podcasters now.
All right. All right. Fuck it.
All right, fuck it.
I don't know. don't know what
Yeah,
the
I
fuck's
got nothing.
So this has been a shitty fucking week, man.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, my dog died, and
That's
I
fucking
actually,
terrible.
I actually took it harder than like. All right, Mom, Dad, if you're listening, I'm sorry that I took it harder that my dog died than my grandpa died, and I don't know.
You don't have to be sorry about that. It's understandable. People are shitty. Animals aren't that shitty. You know what I mean? I completely understand.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life where me and my wife got into a huge, huge fight. This was probably 10, 15 years ago. Huge fucking fight. And we were yelling and screaming at each other and everything. And I was talking about moving out. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to move out. And she's like, well, she said something about our cat at the time. And I was in my head, I'm yelling and screaming at my wife, talking about getting a divorce. I'm going to move out. She said something about the cat. And all that went through my head was, all this cat has ever known is a home with me and my wife. And I immediately started crying like a little bitch. And I'm not even fucking kidding about that. I felt so horrible because I was going to put this cat through. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, you're just a pussy, man. That's different.
That's different.
Cats are fucking useless.
That is not true.
That is 100% true. Cats are. They don't depend on you for anything.
Right.
Right, they're useless.
No, cats are badass. They don't give a fuck what you think. They're going to do what they want to do, and they're going to make you take care of them. Dogs are like, duh, what do you want me to do, master? Duh. Dogs are fucking stupid. Cats
So now you're saying all
awesome.
dogs are black?
Well, all black dogs are black.
All right, anyway, when I was a kid, my stepsister, so I was like 4 or 5, whatever, and we lived in the ghetto there. I told you that before.
Yeah.
She had a black cat named N-word, except it wasn't N-word.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah. So
that's
for the sake
amazing.
of this conversation, it was called Nastrick.
All right.
And the cat would get outside, and of course all the tenements or buildings or whatever the fuck you want to call them were just large brick buildings.
Yeah.
And this cat had figured out that it could go outside the front door and then climb up the side of the brick building into the window. Well, every once in a while it would get stuck. It couldn't climb up anymore.
Yeah.
So she's out there yelling. She found the cat clawed to the side of the brick building.
I already know where this is going.
and she's outside the brick building yelling, Nastrick! Nastrick!
Awesome.
I just realized that's some insight into my life, that because I grew up not even knowing that was a bad word. That kind of well, if you got a fucking pet running around named...
Is that a true story?
It is 100%.
Really?
You think I can make that up? If I was going to make it up, wouldn't I say that the cat was in a tree or something instead of on the side of a brick building?
I know what you would make up if you had a chance to make up some crazy ass story that justified your use of the N-word.
I don't have a use of it.
You did. So you never called that cat by name?
I'm done with this conversation.
You're a racist. You're a racist. You fucking racist.
I called that cat African American.
How inconvenient is that?
So anyway, so I put up that. Well, I'm gonna go backwards. The thing with our dog.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna tell the whole story on how we ended up on our trip to the animal hospital. It was,
yeah.
But here all the vets are closed on the weekend, and then there's an animal hospital that opens up 24 hours over the weekend.
Okay.
But it's like 40 minutes away. So as the dog took a turn for the worse, we scooped her up and hopped in the back of the car and raced to the animal hospital. So I was in the back seat holding the dog. Yeah. My wife and daughter were in the front seat. My wife was driving.
Yeah.
And so this is 100% true. The story is not exaggerated. This is 100% true. From the house to the animal hospital, like I said, is about a 40-mile trip.
Yeah.
The dog was really going downhill really fast. And my wife was driving at upwards of 100 miles an hour, 105.
Yeah. She's
very
probably freaking out.
Like coming up to a red light, she would run the red light. If there was cars in all the lanes, she would go off to the shoulder.
Fuck.
Passing on the shoulder. I'm telling you, I mean, it was as if we had just robbed a bank and we're trying to make a getaway. So we get about 3/4 of the way there, and we get pulled over by three, I don't know if they were state troopers or whatever, 3 cops.
Yeah.
So she pulls off to the left-hand side of the road, which you're supposed to pull off to the right.
Yep.
As soon as she hits the brake, or as soon as she stops the car, she flings open the door and runs out.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm in the back seat, and within like 40 seconds, she hops back in the car and she takes off again. And I said, what happened? And she said, I told them that I'm trying to get my dog to the hospital. And they said, quit running red lights, try to keep it slower. And let us go without even verifying there was a dog in the back seat.
Holy shit.
So you tell me now that there is no such thing as white privilege.
Isn't your wife black?
Oh, no.
Prove it.
Had that been a black person that was running 105 and a 55, got pulled over by 3 cops, flung open the door and ran to the cop, they would have gotten shot.
Your anecdotal evidence doesn't convince me.
You're still telling me there's no such thing as white privilege. You don't believe that. You don't believe that white people have a privilege given the benefit of the doubt more often than not.
Maybe. Not more. I don't know. Maybe. But not like the assumption that you're making is that if that were a black person, they would be dead. I don't believe that.
What would have happened if it was Trayvon Martin that was driving the car? And
that would have been a good movie. I don't isn't he? It'd be hard for him to drive a car.
I'm telling you that you can't tell me that
I just did.
You're a fucking idiot then.
Okay. Let's say I concede to your point.
Okay.
So where do we go from there? What? Now what? I acknowledge that. Now what? How many times should I whip myself?
Kunta. 7? I don't know what I don't.
Why was that so funny? I about spit out my coffee. That wasn't even that funny.
Well, you and I have, I think. Well, I mean, we play both sides of the fence on every topic there is, so I'm not entirely sure what our stance was going into this.
Sometimes I forget my own stance.
Where was I last week on this? I forget. I think I was pro-Mexican last week.
Yep.
We should shift our focus every week and just pick one race that is. There's like
from now on, we just won. Just switch back and forth every week.
Well, like next week we can complain about the Mexican privilege.
If you're not telling me there is Mexican privilege, you're fucking wrong.
In America,
I can't think of any on top of my head. But my problem is that, like I said, what do we do? Okay, let's
no, stop. Do you think that if a Mexican family goes into a Mexican restaurant, they automatically bring out the spicier salsa with their free chips?
They're free shifts. No,
Yeah,
I don't
you're-
think so.
You're wrong.
I think they give them more. I don't
That's
think
Mexican privilege.
they bring out the fresh shit. That's what it is. They break out the fresh shit.
Not this colonized salsa.
Don't get the one we spit in. They keep a vat of salsa that they spit in. Every time they walk back in the kitchen, they spit in the salsa.
So what do we do about it? That's a good question. We stop it.
Okay. All right,
So-
I stopped. Now what?
So I guess in this case, what I was talking about, we should reenact it, I guess. Try to set it up again so the same situation happens. And then I can't say that.
Come on, you can say whatever you want.
No, it had to do with trying to push violence towards police, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
All right. I'm asking you the motive, what you're talking about in your story. You can't tell me white people don't have privilege. Okay, let's say I acknowledge that. Now what? What do you
Let's
want
solve
me
it.
to do about it? I have no interest in solving it because I don't think it's a fucking problem.
Because you're white, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. So I'm good with that. But up until this point, you have never publicly acknowledged that there was such a thing as white privilege.
And I still don't. I just did it for the sake of this argument. I mean, yes, I do.
So which is it? So do you acknowledge it or not?
In some instances, sure.
So it's a yes or no question. Don't try to.
It's not. It's not a yes or no question though, because do you think that there's female privilege?
Yes.
Do you think that there's male privilege?
Yes.
Do you think that there's black privilege?
Yes.
Not on this show, but yes. All right. In that context, yes, I there is white privilege. The problem is when you take it out of context and say there's white privilege, which means that white people are oppressing everybody. It's horseshit.
Right. I don't know what that's. You're not
Right.
making any sense, and you're not being funny. You're stupid.
What? How am I not making any sense?
What? I don't understand. So, okay.
Touche.
Do you think women have privilege?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
In some instances.
No, give me an example.
I honestly think that if I were to get a divorce from my wife and go to court, she would get the kids no matter what.
Right. Okay. Good example. Especially with all your pornography you have laying around. Give me an example of black privilege.
So if me and a relatively sized, relatively athletic black person were to try out for the NBA, neither one of us would get it. he would get that position over me, right? Like they are more.
This is you are
what's
a
the word?
fucking racist, man.
Nah, because I noticed that there's more black people in the NBA, I'm racist. Are you
Maybe it's
fucking
because
kidding me?
Maybe it's because they're better at basketball.
Is that right? That's okay. This is the dumbest conversation. I noticed that there's more black people in the NBA, so I'm racist.
Why is there more?
fucking
Why is there
kidding
more
me?
white people in hockey than black people?
I have no idea. I don't
Because
study sports.
Because white people are generally better at hockey than black people, and black people can't swim.
Just in case the ice melts.
Right.
Global warming is real, people.
So what you're saying is, if we want to solve global warming, we got to get more blacks on the ice skating rink.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know how I said that, but that's exactly what I'm saying. I think that
What about affirmative action? Wouldn't that have been a good thing about black privilege?
yeah. I do you think affirmative action is a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
Really? Bad for who?
Bad for my white children.
Bad for my white children. I would argue that affirmative action is bad for black people too. If I had a black kid,
You got some splaining to do.
If I had a black kid, I would want them to work hard and get into college because they worked hard, not because of the color of their skin. If you get into college because of the color of your skin, you didn't. I mean, maybe you earned it, maybe you didn't. There's always going to be that question of maybe you're only here because of the color of your skin, right? That's a shitty way to live. That's a shitty backdrop to go to college against.
So I was just kind of wondering if, because I've got a decent job, and if during the interview or the offering phase when they offered me the position, if they would have said, listen, it's between you and another candidate, but we have decided to go with you because you're obese.
Throw another shrimp on the Barbie. Wait, let me try that one again. That one wasn't funny.
Right. You want to try it again?
Nope, I got nothing off the top of my head. We'll just take that one out in post.
So then I would have to walk around all the time thinking they only like me because I'm fat. Yeah, that would weigh on you.
And then
Get it?
And then that was a good one. And then in the morning, instead of coffee, you pour gravy in your cup just so you can keep your job.
All right. You're trying too hard.
I know. Fuck. God damn it.
So anyway, that was my trip to the animal hospital.
Hey, your trip to the animal hospital turned into a talk about white privilege. Well, I'm glad you checked your privilege, Doug. Makes you a better person.
All right. You waiting on me then?
What's this crossing over?
So these guys reached out to me.
Yeah.
It's a dark comedy movie or something.
Okay.
And they asked if we would promote it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to promote something without seeing it.
Is it out yet?
Well, that's the thing. It's not made yet.
Oh. Well,
So I am making a public, because they're doing like a fundraising or whatever the fuck, Indiegogo.
yeah.
So
Is it a big budget movie?
I think right now the budget's at about $80. I don't know. Sweet. I don't know how much money they've raised. I haven't checked in on them in a week or so. But what I'm thinking is I would be okay with us promoting this.
Yeah.
If they're okay with putting us in the movie.
As podcasters?
I don't care as the stars. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be in the movie.
The stars. All right. I want to be in the movie as podcasters.
All right. So what's the setup? Does it even matter what the storyline is? I'm going to read this.
All right.
Crossing Over is a short film and a dark comedy about life after death and the Grim Reaper. We need help to make it, and every donation counts. Our campaign page is Indiegogo Projects Crossing Over. Just look for Crossing Over drama
Just
on
don't
Indiegogo.
read all that.
Yeah. And you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and everything else. Whatever
About
the fuck. I don't
life
care.
after death and the Grim Reaper. So there's got to be a spot somewhere in there. If it's a dark comedy, there's got to be a spot where we can somehow have a back and forth, like on our show, and they can work it into their movie. We don't even have to leave I don't even have to leave my room. They can we'll just record it on Skype and we'll send it to them and they'll edit it into their movie.
So what if it's just a scene where somebody's talking about, or somebody's listening to a podcast as they're driving and it's ours? Is that good enough?
Yes, absolutely. As long as my voice and your voice are on there and it's something funny, we say something funny. Yes.
They're going to have to dig pretty deep to find that. All right, so here's the problem.
All right.
We just advertised for them. So now
We're going to take this out and we're only going to put it in if they agree if they agree to our terms.
nope, they as of now they are legally obligated to write us into the movie.
All right, sounds good. I'll have my lawyer contact their lawyer. We need to get a lawyer. If anybody out there's a lawyer and they want to work on our stuff for boners or pro boners or whatever it is.
I think there's a hashtag or something.
Hashtag for boners. Do they listen to the show? Is that how they found us, or do they just search for any schmucks that would donate money?
I assume they're at 700 swirlies out of they need 3,000 swirlies. I don't know what the fuck this is. Pounds maybe? I don't know.
They're not even American. I'm out. The world revolves around America, fuckers.
You take us out of that fucking movie.
Do they even speak English?
Mate.
That's not English.
All right, anyway. Yeah.
All right, I'm back in. I was just kidding.
Well, make up your mind. I need to know if I'm going to
in.
attack him or not.
No, we're not. Of course we're going to attack them, but I still want to be in their movie. Hey.
I got a question. So this is serious, I guess.
All right.
And I already know what your answer is going to be.
Okay.
Your answer is going to... I'm going to say my little spiel here, and then your answer is going to be, it just says that you're a fucking shitbag.
All right.
So when all this shit was going on with the dog at the vet, when they started telling me how much everything was going to cost to try to save the dog's life, I decided, you know what, I'm going to try to do a GoFundMe. You know, I've made a lot of connections on through Facebook and through Twitter and through the podcast and all that shit. Maybe people will be able to help out.
Yeah.
So I put the GoFundMe up, and they had given me an estimate on worst case scenario what it looks like it was going to cost. So that's what I made the goal for the GoFundMe.
Sure.
Didn't come close to reaching the goal, but I was actually still surprised by the number of people that by anybody sending money to help me out. I was surprised. With that being said, I shared it on my Facebook. My wife shared it on her Facebook. I think we messaged it to several people in our real life.
Yeah.
And the only people that donated it to it were people that were attached to the podcast in one way, shape, or form.
Really?
With the exception of a few total strangers. They may listen to the show. I don't know if they do or not. They just and I'm trying. That bothered me.
Why?
Because the only people that would help me out in a situation when I was asking for help are people that don't know me personally. Through the GoFundMe is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I think you're misunderstanding. You're not 20. You're not, a young kid. Most people that you know or associate with or, in your life, GoFundMe is a foreign thing. Begging for money on the internet is foreign. Asking someone like, hey, man, like face-to-face conversation or a phone call, hey, man, I'm having trouble. Do you think you could help me? That's what older people relate to. They don't get begging on the internet for money. They look at it as like, okay, here's another one, because every single person does it. If you look into how many GoFundMes there are for how many different things, there's 10 million of them. It makes people apathetic when people really do need help. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I guess
it's nothing to take personal, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I appreciate that, because I took it personally. I did. I'm like, God,
you shouldn't.
I must be a complete fucking shitbag that,
No, I'm telling you that no matter what, I'm only 38 years old, but the idea that you can put something out there and beg for money on the internet to a bunch of people you don't know is fucking foreign to me. It's not normal. It's not a normal way to transact your business.
But I do have to say thank you to the people that helped me out, especially. I don't want to say especially, because then it's putting more on one than the other.
Yeah.
But
you should put more on one than the other if it gave you more.
Okay, so in the order of my thanks.
Is that an asshole thing to say? I don't know. So why would you think that I would say you're a shitbag? You wanted to save your dog, and you did what?
No, that I was a shitbag because only people that don't truly know me, like not the people in my real life.
Oh, no. For the sake of the show, you're a total shitbag. That's why that happened. But you're all right, dude. It's cool. It's not your fault. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, I had some people at work help out. That was heartbreaking.
What do you mean? Whoa, what?
Yeah, I don't deal well with like true interaction, like true heartfelt interaction. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to run out of the factory with my hands going, ah!
Huh.
And not to take away anything that anybody else did, but Shiloh, fuck, man, he saved my ass.
Really?
Yeah,
That
we
was
have
nice.
merch guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the next 6 episodes of this show is just going to be called WeHaveMerch.com. Or
Episode
go to
1. Episode 1 through 6. It's a mini series. I don't know. I like that guy. He seems like a decent dude. Every interaction that I've had with him is a decent dude.
Yeah, that ain't no shit. We're kind of veering away from trying to be funny or whatever, but fucking I don't care.
We can do that. That's the new comedy.
Thank you.
Not
everybody.
funny is the new comedy.
So again, thank you everybody. I truly appreciate it. It was it's mind blowing to me that people would be willing to help. And fucking Rick Mancrush from Poop Culture.
Yeah. That's an awesome name. Rick Mancrush from Poop Culture. I love it.
Fuck. I seen that donation come through, because the last time we had an interaction with him was we were attacking him.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
We attack everybody.
Yeah, but they threatened suing us.
Bah.
Yeah, anyway, I appreciate it. All right. Everybody, Dave. Fuck, see, I can't just, I shouldn't have said anything because then I have to go through and there's people that are like,
What about me?
yeah.
Can you take your donations back?
I hope not.
They're going to send you a bill.
All right, fuck. God damn it. That was blah.
I can't say that if something terrible was happening, I wouldn't put up a GoFundMe. I'd like to say that I can't, but I think, or that I wouldn't, but I think before that happened, you probably would have said the same thing, right? I mean, you don't know how you're going to feel when something like that.
I've always said that I would never, there's nothing that would make me put up a GoFundMe.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought, but then...
I am not a fan of publicly exposing my vulnerability.
Oh, I'm all about that. I just don't want to beg people for money on the internet. I mean, unless you're going to give it to me.
Speaking of which...
I'm all about begging for money on the internet. I don't think GoFundMe is the way to do it. So if you want to go to our Patreon, because you actually get something from that. You know what I mean?
Do you?
if you like our show, you do. I mean, you get more of this garbage.
Yeah, this ain't a very good indication of our show, but I don't care. I don't care. I definitely felt the need to say thank you to everybody and all that shit.
Sure.
You want to talk about prolapses?
Absolutely, I do. Do I ever?
All right. So those of you who have been listening for a while know that we have we did a show a while back, and we talked about what's she called, a porn star, I guess.
Yeah, she's a regular person who does porn as a career.
Anyway, it's Roxy Ray. She specializes in big things going up her butt. And anyway, one of her fans must have found out about the connection and asked if we could ask her a couple questions. And I think we're going to have her on next week. We're going to try to have her on next week.
We've been saying that for 4 years?
But these questions all seem to focus around one part of her parts.
One part of her parts.
And I'll be honest, grosses me the fuck out.
I don't understand why it grosses you out.
Do you know what a prolapse is?
Of course I do.
Okay. You explain it in your words. Go.
So a prolapse is when your insides come to the outside. Your inside butt comes outside your butt. Your inside butt.
So you get yourself there.
That was funny. It's like your large intestines or your small intestines or your anus or your
Okay, so
your poop tube.
the literal definition is to fall out of place. Okay, so it has nothing.
That makes sense.
It's not specifically your anus. There, in my
so
reading,
you can have a vaginal prolapse too.
yeah.
I couldn't, but
So there's all kinds. So the heart valve prolapse, rectal prolapse, female genital prolapse, pelvic floor prolapse. What?
was so hot. What the fuck is a pelvic floor?
All right. The rectum or urinary bladder may prolapse as a result of changes in the integrity of the connective tissues in the posterior or anterior vaginal walls, respectively, resulting in pelvic floor prolapse. Symptoms may include a feeling of pressure in the pelvis or the visible protrusion of organs from the vagina.
Awesome. Visible protrusion of organs like your liver.
Yeah, I was picturing your heart just hanging out of your pussy.
Awesome.
Just sitting there swinging. Is that your stomach?
Let me put that back in there.
Umbilical cord prolapse. Umbilical cord. Why is this funny? Umbilical cord prolapse occurs when the umbilical cord comes out of the uterus with or before the presenting part of the fetus. It is really, so it's just like an extension cord falls out of your pussy as you're walking.
All right.
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
Let me get that. I'm sorry.
Cattle can have
Oh boy.
pigs, horses, and mules. Rectal prolapse. All right. So anyway,
So it doesn't say anything about porn.
no.
I would have thought that it would have made it into the actual definition of, like, they do this in porn because they're weird.
Okay, so with all that, now that we have defined what a prolapse is when part of your body falls outside of your body, right?
Right.
Okay, that doesn't gross you out to sit there and think that your fucking shit bag or your shit tube is outside. Have you ever watched prolapse porn?
Of course I have.
Oh, fuck. You are so fucking demented.
What? You've never seen it?
No. How would you find yourself in a situation unless you are actively pursuing it?
I didn't. Well, at the time, I didn't know I was actively pursuing it. Somebody said they call it a rosebud, I guess. So a long time ago, somebody said, "Oh, you gotta see these videos. Look up rosebud on Pornhub or whatever." So I did. I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking weird. Like, what the fuck is going on here?" I didn't understand what it was at first, so I had to do a little more research.
So does it turn you on?
No, of course not. That's fucking. What would turn me on about that? That's weird. Your insides are coming out.
I just said that, and you said, "What's gross about it?"
Yeah, it's not gross. It's just weird.
Are you trying to be serious?
I'm not trying. I am being serious. It's fucking weird, but that doesn't mean. I mean, it's not. It doesn't like gross me out. Like I'm gonna throw up or anything. It's not like you hitting a dog with a shovel or something.
What? Too soon for the dog joke.
Sorry, cat.
Yeah, a cat and a shovel. Don't make me. Anyway,
The only thing that really grosses me out like that way is like actual gore. Like
it is gore. It's no different than gore.
it's not.
If your insides are on the outside of your body, that's gore.
Whatever.
Now, whether they're removed with a knife or they fall out your butt makes no difference.
Makes no difference. I think Roxy Ray would disagree with you.
You're telling me. God, I want to know what we got to talk to her. I got to figure this shit out, man. This
All
is
right.
fucked.
It's not. I mean, it's not gross. I don't understand why you think it's so, oh my God, that's the grossest thing in the whole world. Blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's not gross. It's weird. And I can't understand how it made its way into pornography. Like why somebody would want to watch that in a pornographic sense. That doesn't make any sense to me.
So you're telling me that you don't find it attractive?
No, not at all.
So then
It's interesting, but it's not attractive.
Nope.
There's a huge. So the only feelings you can ever feel is sexual attraction or gross. That's it. You got nothing
Pretty
in
much.
between. You're a fucking primate.
I either want to
is wrong
fuck it
with
or
you?
I either want to fuck it or punch it.
I think that you are almost spot on with that. I think you really do probably feel that way. I don't want to fuck it or punch it. Sometimes both.
All right. So since you're good with this, I'll just go ahead and ask you these questions.
All right.
So this ain't a bit. I want you to, since you seem to be attracted to falling out assholes.
I never said that. I want you to understand that I never said
No,
that.
no. I promise. You have ejaculated to a movie of assholes falling out and somebody fucking licking them.
No, I have not.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Once that happens, it's locked in.
Since you seem to be aligned, that's what you just said is a true statement. Once you jerk off to a certain style of porn, your brain just automatically goes, okay, this is your new thing.
You're locked in. You got a 4-year lease on this shit.
It's not my fault you were watching Battlestar Galactica at the time.
All right.
Okay, so since you seem to be aligned with this style of thinking, and I'm gonna ask this question, and I want you to try to give me an answer as to what is in the mindset of the person that asked it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a central theme to these questions, but
Yes, there is.
how did you discover that you could prolapse?
So you're looking for the mindset of why he would ask that question.
Sort of like, because we can't get the true answer out of it, right?
No.
I mean, how do you discover that you prolapse? I assume you just push really hard and your butt explodes.
Yep. That's about right. I mean, I think that somewhere along the line, pornography tends to favor the extreme, right? Because vanilla porn got boring and boring and boring. So they just kind of ramped it up and ramped it up and ramped it up. And eventually, you can only go so far on the outside of your body. So they got to start pulling stuff out. So that's how it came about. And if you're a porn star and a director says, hey, I need to pull your asshole out, I'll give you an extra $800. You're like, yeah, sure. Pull my asshole out. Cool. I think that's how it happens. I mean, I don't think it's something that people like.
So you think that it was discovered with a no, that's not true. Okay, which do you think came first?
The chicken.
The monetary incentive or the prolapse? Like, because she was shoving shit up her ass for, I don't know, decades. Fuck, I don't know how long she's been doing it.
Decades. I sure hope not.
And do you think that the prolapse is a result of that? And then she just turned it into a sexual thing?
I think maybe, as far as Roxy Ray goes, she was doing cam videos. She started out doing cam videos. And I think that she caught on early. What?
It blows my mind that you know the history of all the people in the adult film industry.
So
you are so creepy.
Is it creepy, really?
It is. I promise you it is.
I'm okay with that.
I'm ready to bail on this whole prolapse conversation and just start picking random porn stars and you give me their fucking bio.
Listen. So I'm guessing, I can't speak for her. I'm guessing she was smart enough to see that the way the porn industry works is if you do extreme shit, you're going to stand out and you're going to make more money. So she just started doing extreme shit. And maybe her mind went to, this is extreme, and she tried it, and people were receptive, so she just kept trying it. I'm guaranteeing you that it was all about the money. She wanted to stand out to make more money.
All right.
Is that not what you wanted to hear? You think, well, she really enjoys shitting out her ass? I don't.
Okay, I'm not going to read all these questions.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Have you ever sucked someone else's prolapse? If so, who and how did it taste like?
What kind of a stupid question is that? Like, the answer is either yes or no, and how did it taste? We've already covered this. It's like sucking on your finger, right? We covered this like 50 episodes ago.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Sucking on a cock, sucking on a prolapse is the same damn thing.
It's not. It's sucking on someone's inside asshole. That's not the same as sucking on a cock. Cocks are
inside asshole.
Cocks are meant to be sucked.
Prolapses are meant to be fucked. Oh my God. So what I don't understand, why this person would take the time to type these questions and send them to you. Why do you need to know what Roxy Ray thinks somebody else's inside asshole tastes like?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 questions. Every question has the word prolapse in it.
Yeah.
Is there anything about prolapses that people don't know about? What is she, fucking Dr. Ray?
I would say everything. Most people don't even know what a prolapse is. Unless you work pre, like, this internet craze about prolapses.
Is it really craze, or is it just this fucking psycho?
I don't know. I'm not really sure about that, I guess. But before this happened, the only people that knew what a prolapse was were fucking nurses whose old people's assholes fell out, and they had to fucking help them put them back in. There's nothing sexy about that. Oh, your asshole fell out? Come in, we'll get that fixed right up.
All right. Do you remember a picture that went around? This is back like with Rotten.com and all that. It was a picture of a weightlifter.
Yep. Yes. Oh, God, yes. That's the fucking worst.
And his asshole blew out, right?
Yes.
That's a prolapse, right?
Yes. Ugh. That grosses me out.
It's the same fucking thing, you dumb fuck.
It's not.
You just told me prolapses weren't gross, and now you're sitting there getting fucking skeeves.
Sorry. Prolapses on chicks aren't gross. Anything to do with the dude's asshole is nasty.
All right, so you are into them. You just don't want to admit it, and it's
no,
okay.
No,
that's fine.
No, that's
okay.
not true.
It's okay. You are not into a homosexual prolapse.
Right. That I can get behind. Wait. So if out of everything I've said on this show, if I was like into it, I would fucking tell you. I wouldn't be embarrassed about it. If I was embarrassed about it, I would. No, I never seen anything like that. I don't know. What's that? What's a prolapse?
So you just tell me how gross this. First, you tell me that prolapses aren't gross.
I just qualified that with what women prolapses aren't gross. Male prolapses are fucking disgusting. Who wants to see the inside of a guy? That's gross.
Who wants to see the inside of a fucking woman?
Lots of people, apparently.
I think it's just you and this guy. Was this you?
Me and this guy. See, you keep trying to push this, that this is me, I'm into it, but it's just not happening because it's just not true.
Do prolapses have a certain smell, like roses?
No.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Now, why would you think that the inside of somebody's asshole would smell like a rose? Why would you think that? Why would you even equate the two, you fucking moron?
What? This is so fucking gross. This guy's fucking gross.
I agree that this guy is gross because he took the time out of his life to send these questions to you to try to actually get an answer. Thinking that Roxy Ray is going to answer these questions for him, and he, in his mind, that would be a success. Like, oh, I got this porn star to answer these questions about her prolapse.
Wait a minute.
It's so weird.
Wait a minute. Is it weird that I now want to answer him so that he can even if it's just me answering.
So he's gonna rub one out thinking about the answers.
Technically, he'd be thinking about me.
If he listens to the show, you just ruined it.
I hope to God that he doesn't listen to this show.
I hope he does. I'll take as many listeners as we can get.
Do you ever say that phrase? I hope to God.
No,
I
have, I guess, but not all the time.
Right. I just realized when it came out, I don't believe in God, but yet I'm hoping.
So, do you actively not believe in God, or do you just not know?
That's a good question. Do I actively not believe in God? Yes, I would say that I actively don't believe in God.
So,
I mean, it's not like I'm active like a protester.
Isn't that the same?
I inactively.
I enact just like I do everything else in my life. So isn't that the same saying there is no God? Isn't that the same as, I mean, depending on how strongly you hold that conviction, isn't that the same as saying there is a God, right? And,
you're right. You're right. And I know where you're going. I hate to interrupt you. But so I have to qualify my statement, I think.
All right.
Is there a higher power of some sort? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I do know that whatever the Christian Bible says, I know I actively disagree with that being the truth.
Gotcha. Now I understand. I was just curious because I used to consider myself an atheist at one point, but as I started to like read and listen to other atheists talk, they're just obnoxious shitbags. I mean, they're just.
Do you not consider yourself an obnoxious shitbag?
Obnoxious? No. Shitbag? Absolutely.
You are absolutely obnoxious.
No, I'm cool.
Oh, okay.
Just on this show, I'm obnoxious. In real life, I'm cool.
And on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter. Yeah, but Twitter is not real life. Twitter's for retards.
Only because of people like you. You can't if you see something go
I'm okay
by
with that.
You're an idiot, man. If you see something go by that you disagree with, you can't just let it go by. You have to jump on it.
Right.
Why?
Well, because people are fucking stupid. And I need to point that out to them. Hey, you're a fucking moron.
And how does that work for you?
I mean, it doesn't, obviously. Because people are stupid.
You're a fucking prolapse.
You fucking prolapse. That was good. I think that people confuse Twitter with real life. And if you just go outside, I guarantee you, if you just go outside and talk to your neighbors, the world is a decent place. If you go on the internet, we're living in the end times. The whole world's about to collapse. There's a disconnect between real life and the internet. And just go outside. Fuck Twitter. Fucking idiots, man.
What if I'm on Twitter when I'm outside? Am I okay then?
No. Because you're not talk to your neighbors. You realize that the world is okay, man. Everything's going to be all right. It's not all gloom and doom. I
mean, you're right. You know, according to Twitter, the race war is tomorrow, and
right,
they're going to start at my house.
Right, and all black people are oppressed from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed every single day in America.
No. Black people are oppressed from the day they're born to the day they're shot by the police.
Right. That's even better. But if you go outside, it seems to me like they're just the same as white people. Everybody's okay. I see black people every single day, and they don't seem to be oppressed. They don't seem to be running scared for their lives every single day.
Yeah, but you also live a pretty sheltered existence.
Yeah, right. I'm okay with that. If that means that I don't have to act like those retards on Twitter, I'm saying
I don't think that you get a true taste of. I don't think you get a true taste of black people.
You're right about that.
In your daily life.
No, just on the weekends.
Even on the weekends, you go to Target. That's it.
What's wrong with Target? There's black people don't shop at Target?
But that's your only interaction with black people is black people that are at Target.
So what? If I go to Walmart, is that better?
There's a lot more black people at Walmart.
You said it.
Well, there is. I mean,
I don't understand. I don't understand what the point you're trying to make is.
you're telling me that the world is an okay place based
Yes.
on the fact that of what you go outside and you don't see anybody getting shot by the police.
Right.
You live in a white neighborhood. You
Yes.
work in a
no,
white...
no. I do not live in a white neighborhood.
No, fuck if
I
you
live
don't.
in a,
I've been to your house.
No, fuck you. I live in a predominantly Mexican neighborhood.
Are Mexicans closer to white people or black people?
I don't know. Like closer to like my next door neighbors? I don't know what you mean.
Okay, so when the race war happens and there's whites versus blacks, where do the Mexicans are they going to go? Are the Mexicans going to go with white people or are they going to go with the blacks?
I honestly think it'll be split. Because I think there are Mexicans that hate black people. I think. Right?
All right, so you live in a predominantly white neighborhood.
What the fuck does that mean?
For the sake of this conversation, it's either black or white. There is no in between.
All right.
How many more in your neighborhood are there more blacks or whites?
Whites.
You live in a predominantly white neighborhood, and you leave your predominantly white neighborhood on your motor scooter. You have a moped, right?
Yeah, you haven't made that joke in a long time.
Do you still have
I'm
your moped?
surprised. I do.
You wear a helmet?
Yeah, sometimes.
You fucking idiot. You look like such a tool. If anybody listening can picture that scene on Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, we'll go with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm not going to.
You can lick my nuts as I ride by you at 35 mile an hour. I don't give a fuck. Think I care about that shit?
So you leave your predominantly white neighborhood on your moped.
Yeah.
And you drive to your good job in a predominantly white business. Is that true?
Yeah, but it's not like overwhelmingly white. There are quite a few black people that work there.
Do you know what the word overwhelming means?
Yeah, but it's not like
Is it a predominantly white facility?
Yeah. But it's
Okay.
not but it's not like I can't go a whole day and not see a black person if that I mean
Well, good. You are integrated then.
that's not what I said.
Are you telling me in an ideal situation you want to go a whole day without interacting with black people?
Yeah, sometimes I think that you don't listen to what I say. You listen to what you want to hear.
Sometimes I don't. I don't ever. I never listen to you.
I know. You listen to what you want to hear. All right,
Okay.
Go ahead with your story.
Okay,
Go ahead with your made up story.
All right, tell me what part of my story is false. Okay,
Okay.
Make a buzzer sound. Ready?
Yeah.
You live in a house filled with only white people.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. When you wake up, you leave your white house,
My house is
you're-
not white. Matt!
your predominantly white filled house. You are surrounded by white people from the moment you wake up. You leave your predominantly white neighborhood, drive through on your moped.
We've already been through this. It's not predominantly white.
It is. If it's white and black, and it's
It's
predominantly white.
predominantly Mexican.
No, it's not. It's predominantly white.
It's absolutely not.
Give me your address. I'm going to look it up.
Hey, look it up on what? Race maps?
Would you feel comfortable giving your zip code?
No.
I know your zip code. I'll look it up now. I don't give a fuck.
Go ahead. You're not doing it because you know I'm fucking right. I live in Mexicanville, man.
All right.
And before
Fucker. All right.
this,
Nope.
but
Fuck it. Fuck it.
fuck you.
Fuck
Before
you.
this,
Fuck you.
Before this house, before I moved here, I lived on Martin Luther King Drive. Do you
I don't
understand?
care.
Do you understand what that means?
Right now, my road is off of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. But there's a lot of black people here.
So you think that automatically makes you better? I don't understand the point.
No,
I
you're
don't
the one that brought it
understand the
up.
line of your
You're the one
questioning.
that brought it up.
I never bring up race. It's always you. I don't
Are you
understand
out
the
of your
line.
fucking mind?
I don't understand what the point you're trying to make is. Yeah, my family's white. My neighborhood is Mexican. Most of the people that work at my job are white. What point? So my opinions on anything aren't valid because not enough black people have informed my opinion. You're an idiot.
All right, so I guess we're gonna have a serious conversation about it then. You just sat there and told me that the world is not that bad of a place. You don't walk outside and see black people being oppressed.
Right.
That's because you don't interact with black people on a regular basis, other than one or two that you ignore at work.
None of that is true. You are wrong about that.
You just said it.
You are wrong.
I have a dream that one day you will find the truth in what it is that we are talking about.
So your assumption here is that we should just all black people are oppressed all the time, and if you're white,
say that.
You have no room to talk about it. You can't talk about it because of the color of your skin. Blah blah blah. You might as well have.
No, what I might as well have said is your opinion is based out of ignorance, and that's all I'm saying.
No, my opinion is based on my life experience, just like everybody else's.
Have you ever walked in a pair of black Jordans?
Yeah, I stole them. So the problem is that you're pretending like my experience in life is invalid because there's not enough black people involved.
Not invalid.
Fuck you.
It just doesn't carry a whole lot of weight because
fuck
it's not,
you.
It's not
That's
based
not
on,
true. That's retarded.
It's not based on
the fuck you
on facts. It's based on your sheltered opinion of you and your worm farm.
So if I knew 6 more black people, would then it be facts? You're an idiot. You're fucking retarded.
It's got to be 9.
9. All right. If I knew 9 more black people, then my opinion changes to fact. Fucking idiot.
Other than being forced to at work, when is the last time that you had a conversation with a black person?
I've never been forced to have a conversation with a black person.
Yeah, you're within 4 walls that you have to interact with black people.
No. I choose the black people that I talk to.
No.
I choose to talk
Other
to
than
them.
work, when is the last time you had a conversation with a black person? See how long it took you?
You're a fucking idiot.
Everybody knows I'm right.
Right.
Everybody says so.
I know. I understand the idiots that listen to this show think that you're right. I get it.
I can't believe that your brain is so fucked. Are you dehydrated? Are you not getting fluid to your brain? Is that what's going on? You sit there and you're telling me that you think that your opinion on what is going on in the world is valid based on the fact that you have interactions with people back and forth to work. That's it.
No,
you don't go anywhere.
No. I didn't tell you based on anything. My opinion of the world is valid because I live in the fucking world, just like everybody else.
No,
everybody's
you're sheltered.
opinion of the world. So fucking what? Everybody's opinion of the world is valid. That's the world that they live in. You idiot. Do you not understand?
Yeah,
that if
your opinion is valid to you, but that it's not a reflection of what's going on in society.
It's a reflection of what's going on in my world.
Yeah, but your world sucks cock. Nobody cares about what happens on your moped ride back and forth to work. That's not a true reflection or a good litmus on what's going on in society.
But somehow if I knew more black people, then people would care about my opinions. You're an idiot. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You are 100% wrong.
No. It's the only argument I got. No.
Touche. You win.
It doesn't matter because the people that listen to this show have already decided that I'm an idiot and you're right. So we'll go with that. I don't fucking care.
Why do you think that is?
Because you're more active on Twitter. You're more.
So you really think that?
Listen, you let me fucking finish.
You think that
tell me
people
what
listen.
I think without letting me fucking finish.
Fuck off. You think that? You think that the people base their opinion on our conversations on the fact of whether or not I retweet them?
No. Not whether you retweet them. You are generally friendly and nice and welcoming on Twitter. And I am genuinely not because I don't give a fuck about Twitter. I think Twitter's for retards. So you treat people in a respectable manner on Twitter, and that's most of the interaction that we have with our fans. And I treat people not that way on Twitter because I don't give a fuck. So when they look at me like I'm the asshole and you're the nice guy, which is completely the opposite of the truth.
You're so fucked up. Do you really believe that?
What? That it's the opposite of the truth?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a nice guy. The more I tell people that, the more they're going to believe it.
You've stated you go out of your way to be an asshole, just to be an asshole, to be confrontational.
Right.
That's why people don't like you.
I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay with that. I don't
Okay, so don't sit here and whine about me fucking being
Whine?
on Twitter.
No.
Yes.
I'm not whining. I'm not whining at all. I'm just saying that we are having an argument and you're bringing in the people that listen to our show as if that's a litmus test of who's right and wrong. They're all on your side. I don't fucking care. That doesn't make you right.
It does. What's the name of the fucking show,
does.
you tool?
Just because you've convinced a bunch of people that I'm an asshole and you're a nice guy, every time we argue, I'm the asshole, you're the nice guy. That's how it works, right? You know.
Is this really how your brain works, or are you just trying to be funny for the show?
I don't know what you're asking me.
All right, that answers that question.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know what you're asking me.
Do you really believe the words that are coming out of your mouth?
Some of them.
All right, fuck it, whatever. You're an idiot.
No,
We ought to stick with just prolapses.
No. This whole show has turned into Doug saying things and Anthony responding with outrageous things, which is fine. But then don't try to claim that you're actually right when you say stupid shit. Just because our fans, all 16 of them, agree with you.
Do you? I'm trying to put this in terms you can understand.
See, you're a condescending asshole, but nobody sees that.
Who?
Nobody wants to recognize that you're a condescending asshole.
Those of you that don't know what condescending is, it means that I talk down to people.
Good job.
Who do you think has a more valid opinion on punk rock music, you or me?
A valid opinion? Both of us. Your opinion is just as valid on about punk rock music, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if that's really how you feel, as opposed to realizing you were just about to get trapped.
No. It's not about being trapped. You are allowed to have whatever opinion you want. Your opinion is not informed, obviously, but you're still allowed to have that opinion. It's okay. And your opinion is valid. It's fine.
Oh, that's fine. You caught me on a point. Your opinion is not informed.
Right.
That's fine. It is a valid opinion because it is your opinion.
Right.
I was using the wrong word. Your opinion is ill-informed.
Yes.
Okay. Then we agree.
Okay, wait. We're going
you're
back to what? My opinion on what?
Everything.
Everything.
On race relations in this country, your opinion is ill-informed.
It's not, though.
It is. You live with a bunch of Vatos, and you run back and forth to your White Castle, wherever the fuck you work at.
I wish we had a White Castle around here.
But you don't interact with black people on a daily basis, other than when you're forced to at your job.
Never am I forced to.
So your opinion on race relations is ill-informed. You aren't out there in the streets like I am.
That's the problem with this conversation is you pretend like because you're in the vicinity of a lot of black people. Like your opinion is somehow more valid.
I want to tell you something, man.
Right.
You know, you thought the Walmarts in the Midwest were fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me, man. Go to Walmart in North Carolina.
My opinion is that black people and white people want the same thing. They want a better world for their kids. Everybody wants the same fucking thing. Go outside, talk to your neighbors, whether they're black or white or whatever. They want the same goddamn things. The internet makes it seem way, way worse than it is. I don't need to run that opinion by black people. That's just the fucking way it is.
I mean, there's a lot of them here.
All right.
And it's weird because they're all nice. So
that's weird?
It is, because they're nicer than the white people here.
Yeah. What do you think the black people in where I'm at are shitty?
Yes. I've never had my ass kicked by black people in North Carolina. The ones where you are in. So you're in America, right?
Yep.
You're in the central part of America.
Yep.
So the blacks in Central America suck ass.
That's pretty funny.
It was a long road.
I see what you did there.
Long road.
Yep. So, prolapse. How the fuck did that happen?
All right. You had put something on here. Tryhards.
So
hold on, but is it something that I need to hear, or can you just talk while I go get some coffee?
See, nobody calls you out for being a condescending prick ever, but I'm always the asshole. Yes.
So
I would appreciate, for the sake of a conversation, that you hear the other end of it. Yes.
Fuck.
See, condescending dickhead.
All right, I'm going to go as fast as possible. I know how you hate to get put on the spot, so I'm giving you a heads up. I am going to go get some coffee. We want to keep this editing down to a minimum, so I need you. What are you doing?
Nothing. Go get your fucking coffee. I'm not talking. Go get your fucking coffee. Hurry up.
No, you got to talk.
Yes, sir. Go get your coffee. You there? Hurry up. What the fuck are you doing? Go.
I might smoke a cigarette, too.
Oh, you fucking asshole. All right. So, tryhards. I put this on the board because I have a nephew. He's 13, I think. 12. Yeah, he must be 13. Anyways, so I have a nephew that's 13, and he plays a lot of online games, Xbox games and everything. And he's really into it. And when he gets really pissed off when he loses, and I overheard him talking to some friends online or whatever, and he lost a game, and he's like, well, you guys are just a bunch of tryhards, that's why. And I said, what the fuck, what does that mean, bunch of tryhards? And he's like, it just means they care about wanting to win, that's all they care about, and they're just dumb, I don't care anyways. So it got me thinking that, like, what in the fuck is going on to where trying hard to win a game makes you a shitty person? I don't, or it makes you a nerd in the you know, when you're a kid.
All right. So as you were talking, I just looked it up. Try hard, plural, tryhards, derogatory. A person, usually of little talent, who tries hard to succeed, especially through imitation, usually to gain fame or popularity.
Okay. But the way he was using it was...
No, it says it's derogatory.
Yeah. It just doesn't make... It's
aren't we tryhards? It described us.
Did it?
Okay.
It said little talent. We have lots of talent.
I'm going to change it. I'm just going to change one word. Ready?
Okay. All right.
A podcast, usually of little talent, who tries hard to succeed, especially through imitation, usually to gain fame or popularity.
Do we want fame?
I want.
I want. Yeah,
Peter.
let's talk about what do you want out of this fucking podcast.
I want Peter Norica to remake the song, or anybody. I don't give a fuck. The first person to do it is who I want to do it. I want them to remake the song "Walk Hard."
Uh-huh.
I want our new theme song to be called "Try Hard."
All right.
Try hard. If you don't know the movie Walk Hard,
yeah, I do.
go buy the song on iTunes for 99 cents, and then come up with a new song called "Try Hard," and then send it to us, and we're gonna keep it for free.
So that got me thinking about the conversation we just had about race relations and race, the way things are.
Back full
Just
circle.
listen for a second.
Full circle jerk.
Full circle jerk. So, do you think that if a black kid in school gets really good grades and all of his black friends tell him that he's acting white for getting good grades, don't you think that's sort of the same thing? Like calling somebody a tryhard or telling somebody that they're acting white or they're giving in to the white man by getting good grades and trying to better themselves in life. Don't you think that that's damaging?
Of course. That's a dumb fucking question. What? I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
What the fuck is the... I don't understand where you're going. I mean, being serious. Of course that's damning.
No, I mean, I don't understand the phenomenon of somebody is trying hard, so that we need to tear them down for trying hard. And then as a society, we say, well, why aren't people doing better? Well, because we're tearing them down for trying hard, right?
Try hard. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. To me, I mean that. I'm not attacking you. I'm frustrated with the fact that I have nothing to add to this because it is so fucking stupid. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, if you attack people for trying hard, it hurts. I don't understand what we're supposed to say about it. Don't attack people for trying hard.
Okay.
Try harder.
So I found try harder. So I found this. Did you read this glossary of ableist terms?
Are we switching gears?
Yeah, we're done. You don't want to talk about it. We're good.
No, it's not that I don't.
No,
I don't.
it's fine. There's nothing there. You know what I mean? So.
Independence, pedophilia? Nope. There we go.
Nope, not about pedophilia.
You didn't. No, wait a minute. You didn't put a link on there, so.
Yeah, you got to copy and paste it like a jackass.
Don't you know how the fucking internet works?
I don't. My internet don't have that.
You're so frustrating. John, I'm ready to start recording whenever you are.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done it already.
All right.
What's it called? Unfit. Unfit. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, before we get into this, you are recording with Jody B tomorrow.
Yes.
You excited?
Yes, actually, I am. Yes. We're going to talk about music, and I sent him a copy of an album that I wanted him to listen to, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go, and he listened to it right away and gave me feedback about what he thought about it, and he's like, I can't listen to this whole thing. It's grating. I'm going to have to listen to it in chunks, which I thought was fucking amazing.
What was the name of the album you sent him?
My Name Is I Hate You by Fat Day. You won't find it. Maybe you will.
I can fucking find anything.
Maybe.
My Name Is what?
I Hate You.
Is that the name of the band?
Fat Day is the band.
My Name Is I Hate You. I hate God. My name is I hate God. I hate my name. Kill baby kill. My name is hate. My name is God. I hate you. I hate you. I love you. Pretty girl rock. Nah, I hate you. I can't find it. How did you send?
I have it. I've had it since I was fucking 14 years old.
Put it back up there.
This is the first song on the CD.
And this is the type of music you like?
Yeah, but this is not representative of it. It is, but it's not. Let's see what I can find here. This is...
Is this track 2?
No, this is 45 seconds into the song. There we go.
Yep, shut it off. Shut it off.
Yes, that is the kind of music that I like.
There's no way that you can like that, like really like it. I mean, like really, really like it.
I bought the vinyl album of that when I was 15 or 16, and I just about wore out the vinyl, and I bought the CD version when they finally put one out. It was like a CD collection because it didn't come out on CD. And then I downloaded the MP3s, or I ripped it to MP3s. I listened to it. I love it. It's fucking amazing. It's. I don't want to have this conversation because we're going to have this conversation tomorrow on his show, but it's fucking phenomenal.
The Po Boys podcast. So if you want to hear more of Anthony, he'll be on there. And then I'm going to be on Shooting the Shiznit this week. So I think this is probably the beginning of the end of our show. We are both branching out, seeing other podcasters.
The first show was the beginning of the end of our show. Every week we talk about how our show is over.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the conversation between you and Jody B over
Why?
at Po Boys.
Why is that?
Because it'll be interesting to hear how you interact with somebody else, and just having a true conversation as opposed to being a condescending prick as you are with me.
Prick, yes. Condescending, no. You're the condescending one.
Being the condescending one. All right.
See?
You're being obtuse.
Nope, acute. That's what I'm being.
All right. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. What do
So
you wanna do?
no, we're looking at this
Go out for lunch or what?
bound to a wheelchair thing. Refers
Bound to a wheelchair thing. So I came across this. Let's see, ableism language. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So I don't want you to read the description. I just want you to tell me: are these terms that we're not supposed to say?
Right. Glossary of ableist phrases. These are things that we are not supposed to say. We can go through them. There's quite a few.
Yeah,
I just thought that like some of these are like, why would you not be able to say the like? How does this hurt anybody to say the word barren? Refers to people who are infertile, carries sexist connotations as well as ableist ones. Barren. The word barren. That's fucking retarded.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
No. So morbidly obese is an ableist term.
It is?
So is obese.
So what do you call yourself then?
It says morbidly obese refers to like this is written by somebody that we would consider a social justice warrior, right?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so it says what I'm reading is you can't say the words morbidly obese or obese.
Yeah.
It refers to fat people or people of size.
People of size.
It's okay to use the word fat.
You're a person of size.
But it's say yeah, I know. That's why I said, "Oh my God, this is great." It's okay to use the word fat. Why is that?
I don't know. Obese is the medical term, isn't it? I mean,
I would be so if you call me fat,
uh-huh.
that's fine because I'm fat. If you call me obese, okay, because I'm obese. If you say I'm morbidly obese, I take that to mean when I hear the words morbidly obese, I take it to mean there's a medical description attached to you are carrying so much weight that it is damaging your body to the point that it will kill you eventually.
Right.
Okay, all those are facts.
Yes.
If you tell me I am a person of size,
yes.
that is going to piss me off.
Aren't we all people of size? So fucking stupid. You can't say lame. You can't say loony or loony bin. Lunatic. Madhouse.
Here's what we're going to do. All right.
All right.
Close the list. Don't look at it.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a word, and you're going to tell me why you don't think that you should be able to say it.
All right. There's if you scroll down far enough, there's a list of acceptable words also. So maybe try picking words from each list and see if I can figure out which list it's on.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a word, and you're going to tell me either I'm going to say
ableist or not.
No. I'm going to say a word, and you're going to tell me why it is either acceptable or unacceptable to use, and why.
All right.
Ready?
Ready.
Midget.
I would say no, right? Not acceptable. I think they like to be called little people now. I'm not sure why.
No, you're good. You're good.
Is that
You're
right?
Yep. Mean.
There's no way mean is acceptable. I'm going to go with acceptable.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep. Ignoramus.
Is that bad against stupid people? Ignorant people? No, that's got to be okay because it means you're ignorant of the facts, right? That's got to be okay.
You're too good at this.
Damn it.
Special needs.
I think that's a nice way of saying retard, so that's okay, right?
Wrong.
What? You can't say special needs?
Nope.
No. Does it say why?
It just says usually refers to people with learning, intellectual, or developmental disabilities, but can mean any person with a disability.
Right.
Usually a euphemistic phrase to avoid saying disability or disabled.
And that's bad?
That's what it says. I don't know. According to this list, you mongoloid.
You special needs?
Okay, mongoloid.
I think that's like a a scientific term, right? So that's okay because it describes people from Mongolia. No, maybe it doesn't. No, I think you fucking mongoloid. Didn't we have this conversation?
You
Caucasoid, you caucasoid or whatever, dickazoid.
So what were the races? The races.
Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Blackazoid, Asianazoid.
Blackzilla.
Blackzilla. Perfect.
Did we establish that one of the races was called Mongoloid?
I think so. I thought we did.
God damn it! I don't remember.
We're gonna have to look it up again. Can we refer to an old episode for research purposes?
Races. What are the races?
Mongoloid.
Yeah. So Caucasoid, Negroid,
That's what it was.
Mongoloid, and Australoid. Okay. So Mongoloid is Orientals, basically.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
But you are not, according to this list, you are not allowed to say Mongoloid because it refers to people with intellectual disabilities and specifically Down syndrome. Derives from a double whammy of racism and ableism from the belief that people with Down syndrome look like people from Mongolia.
That's the first time I've heard that. That's amazing. You fucking Mongoloid. Why? I want to know why people with Down syndrome all look the same. Isn't that weird that they have a Down syndrome look?
So anyway,
Why, is that not an acceptable question to ask? Anyways, you got another one? You fucking
what I
Mongoloid.
don't understand it's a scientific name for one of the races.
Right. The science doesn't matter.
Okay.
What kills me is they say science doesn't matter except for on climate change. Science matters on climate change.
What about maniac?
Yeah, that's a scientific term, isn't it? For somebody who's broken touch
Is it
with
acceptable
reality.
or not acceptable?
Yeah, yes, I'm saying I think it's a scientific term.
No, it's not.
What does it say? What does it say about maniac?
It's on the do not say list. It refers to people with mental or psychiatric disabilities.
Yes, it does. I don't understand what's wrong with that. Fucking maniacs. That band 10,000 Maniacs, that's terrible, right? That's an ableist slur. All right. Let's be done with this bit. This is stupid. It's taking too long. This is asinine, bad, bleak, boring.
This is fascinating.
Simpleton. You can't say
All right.
simpleton.
Possible replacement insults using swears or profanity.
No, really?
Asshat, asshole, fucker, fuckface, half-ass, shitty. I don't understand what this article is fucking stupid. Fucking retard, cock-sucking douchebags. This is dumb. This whole article is fucking stupid. Why'd you put it on here? Just the fact that they have all these people, all these names that you can't say now?
I know a lot of people who align with feminists, womanists,
No, you don't.
and other anti-oppression politics have conflicting feelings about the term douchebag and its variations like douche canoe, douche hat, etc. Some think it's fine because vaginas can naturally clean themselves without douching, but others think it's misogynistic in general because a douche is something women use, and others think it's trans-misogynistic specifically because trans women with constructed vaginas
Make it
may
stop.
need to use a douche because theirs won't clean naturally. So you have to think about everything you say in the terms of, well, does that woman have a real vagina or a constructed vagina? And does she need to douche that vagina? I better not call somebody a douchebag. People are so fucking retarded. The internet is just full of retards. We're living in a world of retards.
I think I think that people are just trying to out-liberal each other.
I agree with you. Like it makes them stand out because they're a bunch of tryhards. Now that I said that, it's catchy. I'm gonna start calling people tryhards.
So we were gonna go this whole episode without talking about any type of social justice.
Yeah, we decided not to because we came across this article about pedophilia, right?
And then we didn't even talk about it.
And then we didn't even talk about it. So should we start our Patreon episode? Probably.
Yep.
Yep. Bye. All right.
Fuck. That was a shitty show.
Was it? You say that every week. I thought it was funny. I really do think it was funny.
Well, good. I don't care.
That's the problem.
Okay, then let's stop the show. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't make myself care anymore.
I can't make myself care anymore. You don't want to stop the show.
Not even a little.
All right, go. Pedophiles.
I'm against them.
Like up against them? like holding them close? Is that what you want to talk about, or you want to talk about something else?
Wow, there's nothing else to talk about. We didn't do the PayPal thing. God damn it.
All right, let's do the PayPal thing. And then we'll just start our Patreon after that. It doesn't fucking matter. What fucking difference does it make?
All right.
We're back. Even though we never left.
So we started this thing. For those of you that are interested in supporting the show financially, but not interested in the commitment that Patreon brings, we started a PayPal for the show. So if you want to donate just one time, we'd appreciate it. Appreciate all your support. Help us with all these fees and all the money that is tied up into this production.
Yes.
Like right now, I was telling Anthony before we started recording that I have to rearrange my studio because when I moved into this new place, it's very uncomfortable. And what that means is I'm gonna have to move my laptop across the room, basically. But
so if you want to help Doug, if you want to pay Doug for moving his laptop across the room, I'm sure he would appreciate that.
We've got to phrase it though that it's like I've got to move the studio,
right?
And to minimize the downtime away from the show, we need the help
from viewers like you.
Yes. So even if it's just $5, whatever, just donate it to the show. Go to who'srightpodcast.com. There's a tab up there that says support the show. That's where you can either sign up for a Patreon where we put up another episode every week, or you can, I think it's called Keep the Lights Off or something. Fuck, I don't know what I named it. But anything that you can donate will help. So
I'm sure everybody already knows this. I'm not like whining about this or whatever, but we're not making a profit on the show. This show is costing us money. You know, I'm not trying to whine about it or whatever, but if you feel like you want to help offset that cost, you know, we'll take whatever you got.
You made it sound like we were robbing them.
We are. Have you listened to our show?
We'll take whatever you got.
Yeah, we'll take it. Put the chicken in the bag.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. But that's the name of the show.
I don't either, but it's funny.
Put the chicken in the bag.
I have no idea where that came from or how that popped into my head, but
all right, so we're gonna get off here. We're done for the week on this. Don't forget to go over to We Have Merch, pick up one of our shirts, or
just support him.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Goddamn, he's a good dude.
Even if you don't buy something of ours, buy something from somebody's. Just support him.
Yeah, and if you got a podcast and you're looking for a place to host a merch, get a hold of him.
Get a hold of him.
I've lived here a long time, man.
Awesome.
What that is?
They don't think it'd be like it is, but it do.
Just send him a message on Twitter or go to wehavemerch.com. He'll hook you up if you're looking for a place to host your shit. We're going to record our Patreon episode now. Like I said, go to who'srightpodcast.com. Support the show. Either sign up with Patreon, you get another episode every week, or just give us some money. We would appreciate it.
Hey, do you need shirts to promote your podcast? How about coffee mugs for that artisan bean roasting business you started? What about poker chips with the name and logo of your super secret underground gambling ring? The fine folks over at wehavemerch.com will help get your name and logo on just about anything you can think of. Have you ever thought about starting your own Navy? I mean, who hasn't, right? The guys at Who's Right Podcast did just that. and WeHaveMerch.com provided the uniform services. They will handle the orders and delivery. You just concentrate on making people want to wear the shirts with your logo, and let WeHaveMerch.com take care of the rest.